start. And we're starting now.
We're testing.
Oh, we're testing?
Yeah, making sure the levels are good.
You can't just
As
go
we
in
usually
raw?
fucking do.
I'd love to go in raw one of these days.
What are you referencing?
Into the
Like
show.
raw fruits and vegetables?
No, like raw,
as opposed
like
to
without testing.
Oh, so cold open. You want
Yes,
to do
a
a cold
cold
open
open.
where we don't actually test the mic.
Yes.
All right, welcome to the cold open of AK219, the only podcast with me, Aiden Maloney, my boy Kevin Boland, where chaos occurs because we are the guys being dudes. Now, Kevin just had something to say that he thought wasn't going to make the cut, but now is because he wanted a cold open.
Well,
so.
no, I knew it was going to make the cut, but I kind of half knew we were just testing the levels. And then I'm thinking to myself, you know what? No, let's make this a little more chaotic, a little more sporadical.
A little more sporadical?
Sporadical,
Is that
radical,
your-
skedaddle.
You could have just said sporadic, but sporadical is
More-
fun.
It is
It bounces around your mouth a little bit, like some Hubba Bubba.
It is. So that's why we're doing it a little
Is
more
that the name of
crazy
the gum?
today. Hubba Bubba?
Okay,
Yeah. Mhm.
okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't saying some weird kink.
No, not to my knowledge, at least.
You
But
know what?
We're back.
It's 2023. There has got to be a bubblegum kink out there. Someone has it.
I'm sure,
Someone has it.
but it's not me,
Couldn't be me.
fortunately.
Couldn't be
Nor
me.
you. I just figured we'd start off this week.
1 out of 3 people has a bubblegum kink. It's not me. It's not him. Listener, do you have a bubblegum kink?
Get some help.
Get some help.
But I
Get some
figured-
gum.
I figured we'd start this week off a little more crazy because we're back to our regularly scheduled recording day, where it's always a little bit more crazy. And we both had a fantastic weekend this past
Bruh,
weekend.
we did.
And I was going to bring up the fact in the testing stage of the opening
Oh, word?
that I looked at my work yesterday, and we do have lawn darts.
Oh, dude.
But they're like, I told your mom, I said they're LED ones. So, like, they don't
interesting.
always glow, but, like, if you want to play at night, they glow. She's like, oh, well, that's kind of cool,
That's
but
fun.
probably not
You
play
would
at
need,
night
like-
on their property.
Yeah, they get a lot of bugs
Mm-hmm.
and critters and such. But, like, if it was more, like, suburban, that would definitely
Oh,
be
yeah.
neat. But, yeah, speaking of this weekend, I guess we should get right into it, because we had... I mean, you want to talk about fun and chaos? That was this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So, work's been work. That is totally
I
unrelated.
feel like this vibe of the
But-
week is a joint one.
Yeah, joint. So Friday, let's fast forward to Friday. Not the Friday you're listening on, last Friday.
Previous Friday.
So, K-Ball, my boy, gets to my place. I get off work. I start packing, making sure all the kiddos, because Jordan and I have 6 pets altogether.
And we're getting a divorce.
Yeah.
And she's taking the
bitch
kids.
wife took the kids. No. I made sure they were all fed and watered enough for the weekend. My boy shows up, and we start our travels to southeastern Indianapolis. For any of our foreign listeners, hey, what up, Belgish fans?
See, it's more
All of our
closer
people
to
in Belgium.
Shelbyville.
Yeah,
down there.
yeah. So we're coming from northwest Indiana, basically Chicagoland, all the way down to southeast Indianapolis. So it's quite a drive, about 3 hours 15 with traffic.
Wasn't too bad, in all honesty. It was a nice drive.
Yeah, there were spots.
Oh,
But
yeah.
we made a stop in Lafayette near the Purdue campus. Kevin got his first Hardee's burger in a long while, and you basically, you creamed your jeans in my passenger seat.
I did. Well, I'm sure you creamed yours in your driver's
Oh,
seat
for sure.
eating
That
Frisco.
Frisco melt was ridiculous, bro.
See? So
The fries were good, too.
the creaming was
I ate it-
justified.
Oh, yeah. No, double cream action in my Camry, which, by the way, yes, is fixed and perfectly fine now. Thanks for asking. And we make it down there Friday night. We had a fantastic dinner. We had some brewskis. And then my mom pulls out some cream liqueurs,
Oh,
which
Christ.
have been sitting around for easily 12 or 15 years.
I heard it was more along the
in-
lines of 20.
Yeah. So our late relative, rest her soul, was quite the collector of alcohols, and these cream liqueurs have been sitting around for over a decade. And we crack them open, and it's literally like we put a phone flashlight down the neck of the bottle just to see what we're looking
Yeah,
at.
down the... Was it Japanese or Chinese liqueur?
It was a chai tea cream liqueur.
Oh.
And it was so curdled, it wasn't even like cottage cheese consistency.
No,
it was like a
was,
solid. It looked like poop from a butt.
Yeah, that's exactly. We literally held the bottle,
Upside
turned it all
down.
the way upside down,
And
to
it was
pour,
just dripping.
And
full,
it wasn't.
But just dripping.
And I'm the only one at the table that night that decided to test it because, hey, I'm stupid. And maybe
hey,
some
you know
days
what,
I want to
Kevan?
end my life a little quicker.
You are
so
the table.
I am the table.
You are the table.
So I decided to try it, and I'm like, it tastes a little fruity, to which your mom said it's not supposed to.
It's not supposed to. It's supposed to taste spiced. So,
and then we tried the Irish cream, which was also curdled, and not very good.
That one was gloopy for sure.
The other one was worse, though.
Yes.
Because I'm the only one that tasted both.
Yeah. Well,
the chai one was worse.
We were both encouraging you not to, and you just took the glass and, like, sipped it. We're like, Kevan, stop, please.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, someone's got to. I guess you are that guy, pal.
Trust me, I know.
So that was a lot of fun. We wake up Saturday, and, we do some setting up, because it's my mother...
I took a shit, and then I got off the couch.
Yeah, wake up, take a shit, get out of bed.
Mm-hmm, in that order.
The typical Sigma morning. But because it's my mother and her husband's... Housewarming party, you're right. And so we were setting up some tents, and, doing food prep and all that. And a huge fucking storm passes through. It was one of those Florida storms.
Yeah, it was a little crazy for about 20 minutes. It was windy.
20 minutes,
it was
gale force winds.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Insanity. Tents blowing over, tables flying.
Well, yeah, because we had a tent that was set up on the porch. It was literally so windy, it blew the tent. It damaged the frame and pushed it underneath the canopy, if you will, of the deck, and was just sitting there all tilted and mangled and shit. And we're like, okay,
curious.
Is it done now? Yeah, let's put it back up.
Yeah, it was pretty much exactly what a Florida storm is.
Mm-hmm.
And before we know it, people start showing up, and I look at my boy Kevan, and I'm like, yo, it's kind of busy here. I think we probably had 40, 45 maybe people show up throughout the day, kind of open house style. And I think I knew 5. I think I knew 5 of the 40 people, and you knew
none.
0. Yeah.
Other than your mom and Tom.
So I just look at my boy Kevan. I'm like, yo, you want to play lawn darts, escape the chaos? And so we played some lawn darts. I destroyed you. I demolished you. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close, really. And
I was.
You're close?
I was.
You close? You close? So we get back in. We start drinking brewskis. Food's ready. Dude, the food? Okay, pulled pork.
The food was great.
Pulled pork, brisket, mac and cheese, pretzel bun sandwiches. I actually put the brisket with the mac and cheese on the pretzel bun. Phenomenal.
It was great.
I mean, we had deviled eggs. I think I ate like 10 eggs worth. Just
I wish I had more of those.
Oh my God.
So many people got to them before me. I was only able to eat like 3 of them.
3? I think I put like 6 on my plate.
Jesus Christ. No, I usually only go for 2 at the first go around because deviled eggs are good, but if I eat too many of them...
They never last. They never last. That's why I always stock up the first time around.
That's fair.
Yeah. And also, I don't know these people. Why am I sharing my deviled eggs with them? Fuck those people.
Yeah, the ones you clearly made.
Yeah. Well, I made all their food, actually. No, I'm kidding. Totally kidding. But, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I started bartending eventually. You were missing. You were fucking MIA. You ate your food and had a fucking food coma nap. We lost touch with you for like 2.5 hours.
It was a well-needed nap. I ate a lot of food. I'm just like, I'm just going to relax for a second. Next thing I know, I'm...
Dude, you're donezo.
I was out.
You were donezo. But I start bartending for the folks. We're doing beer tastings and all that fun stuff. Eventually, Kevan returns. At this point, it's the afternoon. He comes out of his hole, really. And, people are starting to finally disperse. So it's me, Kevan, my mom, her husband, and my mother's 2 cousins. I don't know the relation, but it's
Laura and Steve.
Yeah, Laura and Steve, who are my mother's cousins. I guess my cousin's first removed, if that's how that works.
I don't know
either.
Works.
Regardless, it was just the 6 of us. And we're kind of hammering down some beers. We're like, fuck it. Temperature's going down. It's, mid-evening. How about a round of lawn darts?
All 6 of us.
All 6 of us. And I think you, me, Tom, and Steve drank about 25 beers during that one round of golf.
It was really that much, huh?
Yes, it was.
I know we were putting them down before and during the game
20,
and
25,
after.
yeah.
But wow, I didn't
we
know
were
it was
putting
that
it
much.
down. Yep.
I mean, yeah, I feel like every 4 holes,
every 3
beer
holes,
run,
beer run.
beer
Who's
run.
going?
Yeah.
We all took turns.
Okay, that makes more sense now that I think about it.
But that was a lot of fun. And then, God, what else happened? Sunday was pretty chill. Oh, dude. Okay, so Sunday morning, where no one really had a hangover. We were all just very tired. But I made some eggs. Kevan, no, everyone except for you. So I made some eggs. My mom, her husband, and I made some hash. It was mostly Tom, my mother's husband, but we chipped in, so it counts. The hash was something I would actually murder a school bus full of children for.
Like, that stuff was so good. It had, brisket in it, like 2 different kinds of potatoes.
Yeah, brisket. And like 90% of it was either grown on their farm or they got from the local butchery. Dude, it doesn't get better than that.
Oh my God, it was so good.
I had 2 full plates of that, which I'm pretty sure is like the equivalent of like 5,000 calories.
Well, yeah, he came back out with his second plate literally to the tits.
Bulging,
fucking overflowing on the plate. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. He's like, I'm so hungry.
I'm so hungry.
Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, bro, it was great. Yeah, on the way down, we hit like 3 little patches of traffic, and one time the GPS fucked up and had me take the wrong exit.
Well, yeah, we got to a point where, for whatever reason, the map on your GPS was not loading, so it said to take a left, and we looked to our left, and there's just fucking corn.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's right.
We kind of can't do that.
On the way down, the GPS isn't updating because my phone's dying, so I have it on airplane mode. And we miss one of our turns, so the GPS is like, turn left now. It's just corn. There's no end. It wanted me to turn through the corn. So, hey, at Google Maps, I know you listen. Fuck you. You tried to kill me.
Well, not that they tried to kill us, they just tried to make you drive through corn and fuck up your car even more.
See, that's the thing.
You didn't need that because you just fixed it.
If I was in my SUV, rest in peace, the corn would have been hurt. If I'm in a Camry, the Camry gets hurt. Because that shit's like made out of tin foil. Granted, the engine is like indestructible. Irregardless.
Unless a deer hits it.
Yeah, that didn't work out so well for my Ford.
That 2016.
2012. Very close. You're very close every time. But yeah, dude, it was a great weekend. I think we got back late, mid-Sunday afternoon.
About 3 o'clock.
I want to say, yeah. And got settled. We drank so much Saturday that I was so tired all day Sunday. I got home and I just sat, like, after unpacking, right? I just sat on the couch for like 3 hours. I didn't look at my phone. I didn't put anything on the TV. I just sat on the couch and 3 hours passed. And I was like, what is happening?
I think I actually took a nap when I got home.
Yeah.
I unpacked all my things, laid down in bed, was just tired, started watching some TikTok, YouTube, all that stuff. And then I'm just like, you know what? Because I know I have work tomorrow, I can't take a long nap, so I just fell asleep for about an hour and a half, woke back up. My dad got home from work. I'm like, hey, what's up? How you doing? And then went to work yesterday. Excited but also not to do the inventory thing that I said I was going to do for Dick's.
Is that like extra hours or extra pay?
A little bit of both. The end of this month, I'll be in Michigan.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I thought it was going to be Sunday through Tuesday, but I'm only seeing Sunday and Monday right now. But I'll be in 2 stores in Michigan that weekend, and the one on Sunday, the shift is posted, and I'm just like, I don't want to work that. That sounds awful.
Yeah.
It's 6:45 in the evening.
PM.
To 4 in the morning.
That's rough.
It's rough.
Does that bring you back to the old grocery store days?
It does a little bit. But
that's actually where Kevin and I met. We worked midnights at a grocery store stocking shelves. Both of us in real shit parts of our lives, which is kind of our bonding initially, is like, hey, yo, life is whack. And Kevin's like, yeah. Yeah.
It is.
It is.
So let's drink.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
Pretty much how that went down.
Friendship was born.
But no, I mean, it's not the midnights it's going to suck because I haven't worked midnights in a long time. But I'm going to get, from what I'm understanding, hopefully I've found out some more details, $60 per day for food and whatnot. And, like, even if I go through all the $60, I keep the receipts, I'll get reimbursed for that. So that's $120
plus
60
plus
per day.
reimbursement extra.
Well, no. It's just like if I go through the 60, I'll get the 60 back.
Oh, okay, sure.
So 120 free money.
Right.
They'll pay me 53 cents per mile that I drive.
And what's that? 100 miles to Michigan?
I don't know. I haven't typed in the address.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know.
Regardless,
it's money.
It'll be good, yeah.
And on top of all that, the hourly pay rate I get for working said shift, so
Solid.
it's all
It's
right
a good
with
deal.
me.
It's a good, and you get to go somewhere you haven't gone before.
Yeah, that's true. And
So, have you been
don't
to
mind
Michigan,
driving.
the state?
yeah.
Okay, but you haven't been to this city.
No, I believe the two that I'm going to. I don't. It's not Holland. One of them is Muskegon
Okay. Yep.
and Greenville, I think, and another one. I forget.
So wait, you're going to 3 stores?
3 stores.
Oh, 3 nights?
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause
Okay.
You can't do. I'm sure you could, but it's probably easier to do it overnight. You can't really do inventory during the day.
With so many people going around
Yeah.
and buying things, sure.
So it should be fun. Although obviously, since I don't work out there, I'm working with people I don't fucking know.
That's true.
So maybe I'll make a friend. Who knows?
Hey, you're there for 3 nights.
Yeah.
Try your damnedest to make a friend, huh?
Oh, I wasn't even thinking that kind of friend, but that'd be nice
Hey.
too, eh?
As a wingman, I'm supposed to. I'm
The
supposed
reigning,
to put
defending.
WWE Universal Cuckian.
I'm not a cuck.
No, I'm saying Dr. Roman Reigns.
Oh.
Well, I guess Paul Heyman more so.
but
but
the Paulrus. He's
the
definitely a cuck.
Paulrus?
Yeah.
That's funny. I haven't
Paulrus.
heard that before.
That's a good one.
That's pretty good.
Made it myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Just now?
Just
You haven't
now.
heard that anywhere else?
Actually, I have.
Okay, I was gonna say that's definitely something you've seen on TikTok. I'm not gonna let you get away
Well,
with.
it's actually something-
with joke theft.
It's something Jerry the King Lawler said way back in the day
No kidding.
on commentary.
Jerry,
Mm-hmm.
what a guy. He's been off air ever since he had that one health complication, right?
A heart attack.
That would do it. That
Yeah.
would do it. I thought it was. I don't remember what I heard, but I thought it was just like, oh yeah, Jerry's in the hospital. He'll be back. I never heard that side where it's like, oh yeah, he actually could have died.
Oh, he did a heart attack, but he didn't die. He's alive.
Word. Well, best wishes to the Lawlers, I guess.
Yeah, no, it was a fun weekend. I'm looking forward to this episode and the episodes coming in the weeks.
Definitely, bro. It's good to be back, though. Granted, I really, really love the property that my mom has. It's 20 acres, and some of it is like farmland, pasture kind of area, but a fair bit of it is just like gardens and greenery and like an entire 18-hole lawn dart course, which is what we played and I destroyed in. Yeah, I won both times. 2-time reigning champion. Regardless, it's just really beautiful out there, and it kind of makes me look at where I'm at right now and say, wow, this fucking blows. And one thing... sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, I wouldn't mind having a property like that,
No, me
living
neither.
out there. But to me, I'm not going to say I'm a full-blown city guy, but I'm definitely not a country out in the middle of nowhere kind of guy. Like, if I can live 15, 20 minutes away from civilization,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
we were talking about that too, is like having that property would be so beautiful and blissful, but I would want that, we would want that like 20 minutes from a city or town, because they're pretty, like, I don't want to say they're in like desolate civilizationless area, but they're pretty far away from Indianapolis. If a property exists like that within like 15-20 minutes, I'll take it.
If it's 10
I'll
minutes
take
away
it,
from
bro.
a McDonald's,
Yeah, that's
sold.
for me. It's 10 minutes within a Taco Bell, because that's just how I roll. But one thing I did notice about going down there is because we had like solid, incredibly tasty meals every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Friday night we had a great meal, like literally fresh chicken off the grill. It was fantastic. And then the Saturday with the brisket
You
and the
just ate
pulled
everything.
pork, we ate everything. And then Sunday with the hash. It made me think too how shit my meals are
Oh, you and me
right
both.
now, because it's like either A, like I probably eat fast food once or twice a week,
I wish.
which I know isn't great for you, but it's
I'm
just
much more than that.
yeah. Well, we're not keeping track. I just want to add context to what brought my mind to this is like, because I work somewhere so physically tasking, because it's just physical labor, the job, with the added bonus of a CDL, I don't really eat a meal. Like, I wake up at 5 a.m., I don't eat a meal until probably 3 p.m. I have a protein bar, caffeine, nicotine, electrolytes, self-hatred. That's what I consume for the first 10 waking hours of my day. And then I get home and I eat something microwavable or fast food. And having...
Well, I mean, with a job like that, do you think you're going to have the energy to come home and actually cook yourself something?
No, not at all. It's unreasonable to think that, especially on top of the amount of housework and chores I have to do as well, that I'll have energy to cook, a full meal for myself every day. So it, I don't know, just kind of put in context of like, wow, this kind of fucking rules. I wish I could do this for my daily life.
Maybe when we retire.
That's funny.
You laugh because
that's funny.
It will be never.
Either we'll die to the climate crisis, a health issue, and neither of us have health insurance, or...
I do until I'm 26.
Yeah, well, liver disease could set in around 30, so you're kind of fucked.
Cool.
We're kind of fucked.
Let's go.
Yeah. Can I get a let's fucking go?
Or can we have liver disease develop quicker?
Yeah, have it done quicker so it happens before 26 and we get fixed. Well, you get fixed. I don't have health insurance. So, whoops.
You'll get fixed. I'll take your nuts off.
Well, yeah, it'll probably fucking cost me my testicles if I ever go for, like, any
fix
kind
my
of
liver,
doctor visit.
Please fix my balls.
Yeah.
I've heard
it's a give
about
and take. It's a give and take operation.
10 grand per testy.
A tasty 20 grand. Hopefully I never need those again, because they're coming off tomorrow. Actually, they'll come off during this break right now.
Yeah, I think so.
Is this 3, 2, 1 second break?
Yes.
Bye. We've returned for the Burning Questions segment, where we go to everyone's second least favorite website and find some hot, oh no, ouchie, my fingers, so hot, spicy, burning questions.
Burning.
Now,
Yearning.
Yearning for what now?
I think we're both yearning for the same
thing. I was going to say...
These burning questions.
I didn't know where that bit was going to end. I'm glad you took it.
Started.
You started doing, like, guttural sounds, so I joined in.
Right.
All right, innit?
Yeah, all right.
Going back to the old
week's
trusty.
episode.
It's a good bit. We said that all weekend. It'd be like a silence for like a second and a half, and just look at each other and be like,
unless I was hearing shit. Last night, as I'm relaxing, just playing games, my dad came upstairs for something, I think to help my nephew build a desk or something, and I could have swore I heard him just shout, right, as he came up the stairs. Like, wait, what? I'm like, when did you start saying this?
Is he a Peaky Blinders kind of man?
They've watched it, but not the last season. They haven't gotten around to watching that one.
But they know. They know the bit then.
Oh, they know. Yeah, they know.
They know for sure.
They know.
For sure skis. A guarantee.
But you know what we know?
Some answers.
The answers to these burning goddamn questions.
These flipping effing gosh dang burning questions. Here we go. Starting off with a question from user Major Levo. What is the best response to "you're weird"?
I don't think that's a response in and of itself. You're weird.
Well, is that your... The question was, what's the best response to "you're weird"? I would have responded with, well, weird is fun. Because that's a good one. A, it makes you more fun than this fucking normie. B,
yeah,
it's also true.
Yeah.
Oh, you just want to be normal? Oh, I work a 9 to 5 and I shop at Walmart. Who fucking gives a shit? Be weird, it's fun.
Just, hey, oh, you're weird. Like, thanks, I was born with it.
Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's weird Maybelline.
Weird what?
Maybelline. It's a Maybelline.
Oh,
yeah, born with it. Maybe it's...
That was dumb.
Wow, that was
dumb.
Yeah, it was a dumb joke. You're right. But to be slow on picking up a dumb joke...
I just thought you were speaking gibberish. Anyway, you're weird. I just be like, thanks.
Thanks. That's a compliment to me.
Appreciates you.
Yeah. Yeah, appreciate you.
Thanks, you're weird. All right.
All right. All right, innit? Fuck off.
Was
that actually a good answer? I feel like half of it was. It's like,
yeah,
like, thanks, because being weird, I think, is good in most cases.
It's
like, weird is fun. Weird is
yeah.
fun is true.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it's also a good one of just, like, totally, like, not committing to whatever they're trying to start. Just like, what?
Yeah, or just, you're both sitting down at a table. She's like, you're weird. All right. And I get up and I just walk to the pisser, or I just leave.
Just leave. Just bounce. Be like, yep, I'm out.
On to the next one.
Next question. Thanks. Comes from Prudent617. What was the reason you ended your last job?
The last job I had before Dick's Sporting Goods, I worked at the Dollar General Distribution Center in Westville.
Oh, okay.
And I was there for 3 days.
3 days.
Honestly, I didn't like it.
Oh, is that the one with the long walk?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the long walk to the locker room.
Now
and all
I remember.
Shit.
Yep.
And it wasn't that, I mean, that is stupid. First off, let me just say that, like, there's not another door I can fucking walk into.
Right.
Well, that's right, because parking is over there, and there's a gate, and I gotta go through the gate with my bags, and then walk this long fucking boring corridor to fucking clock in.
Seems whack.
So I gotta get there at, like, 10 minutes till, because it takes me 5 minutes to walk down the goddamn hallway.
Right.
Anyway, that's a stupid reason in and of itself to not accept that job. For me, it was too eerily similar to what I did at and not that I didn't like what I did at some of the people there weren't that great either. At both establishments.
That would do it. The same way it's tempting to drop a class if the professor is whack as hell. Mm-hmm. Same fucking equally good reason to leave a job if the manager or supervisor is an ass.
Yeah, but then you got those other people just like, oh, well, it's, work is work, a job is a job. Who cares? Just do it.
Well, right.
Which I'm like 30-70 on that. I get it, but also, like, why am I going to work at a place where I don't feel like I'm appreciated, or my higher-ups are just fucking dicks, or like with you, like, hey, boss, can you 2 months down the line, can I put in some, like, a request 1 day off out of the 7? They're like, no.
Right. Yeah, that's bullshit.
Like, get out of here with that shit.
Yeah. God, what even was my last... Oh, yes, I remember. My last job was the bakery. I did delivery and pop-up stores for. And
should we name it?
It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. It's not like I signed an NDA or anything like that.
That's true.
But I worked there before COVID hit, and everything was fine because usually our pop-up events took place doing fundraising for schools or hospitals. And that became a big issue once COVID hit because hospitals wanted nobody else in the building besides patients. And the same thing with schools. If you're not a student, you're not in the building. Mm-hmm. So we lost the entire division of the bakery. So I was stuck in store where I was being paid less and the work was just boring. Mind-numbingly boring.
It was very boring, but some of the coworkers there made up for it. I worked with Aiden at this establishment for a brief time, too. Yeah. Twice, actually.
That's why I stayed there for like 2 years, is because like the coworkers made it fun. I really liked my coworkers.
And I would have fun with one of the coworkers.
Yeah?
If you catch my drift.
What are you referencing? What are you talking about?
I'm going to put this on the airwaves. Right here, right now.
Yeah?
You ready?
You wanted to fuck one of them.
Brienne, you can have my baby. It's good to get these things off your chest, eh?
Good to say?
Right.
Good to say. All right. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I left that last job because A, the pay was dog ass, and
it was pretty bad.
It was awful. It
Especially
wasn't even
what we had to do.
You could work at a fast food joint in town and make more money than you would at the bakery.
You could make double what we were making at a McDonald's.
Essentially, yeah.
Because what we had to do most mornings, long story short, there was another one of our establishments that popped up in a church in Hebron.
Right,
that we had to deliver to. We, Aiden and I, in a fucking white van.
So we redistributed the product we were distributed to this illegitimate stepchild It
was more of a front.
It was more of a front.
Anything.
It actually was, because it wasn't approved by the corporate heads.
Nope.
So it was just like the owner of this franchise who thought he could get away with slyly opening a second one.
And so guess what? Aiden and I had to get to the store in Valpo at 4 in the morning.
4 in the morning.
Before our delivery got there, so we could prep the van and whatnot. For delivery, it was probably around 5 in the morning, something like that.
Yeah, so we would sort what we were distributed into what we were about to distribute.
Yep.
It was a whole thing. It was real scummy.
And
it
then,
was real sus.
After we delivered all the product, we had to come back to our store and work until
a
4,
shift.
5.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that was ass.
For $8 and a quarter.
$8 an hour, yeah. No, it was not worth it. So I left that job because the pay was whack and the work was whack.
And at that time, the job you're at now, I got you, and I wasn't there for when you got there.
Yeah, you got hired. Couple weeks in, you're like, hey man, I put my name on the referral. You'll totally get the job. I was like, oh, what's the pay? And you told me, and I was like, yo, I'm in. I don't care. And I got the job. I got a start date. My start date came. Kevin's like, yeah, I don't work there anymore. I'm like, what do you mean? You got me the job. What do you mean you don't work there?
Yeah, you had to fill in some pretty small shoes.
Well, I guess it went well enough.
It did, because you drive big things.
I drive the big things, also known as these D's nuts. Next question comes from user ZZOZO dash.
Oh.
What meal traumatized you as a kid? And one immediately comes to mind for me.
It wasn't so much a meal as it was an appetizer, but I remember when my mom used to work at Kelsey's Steakhouse, they were doing some sort of event there, and I started eating these things. I'm like, wow, like I didn't know cheese sticks were in the shape of onion rings. I'm like, this is weird, like a cheese ring.
Oh no, you ate the calamari.
I'm like, yep. I'm like, this cheese doesn't taste like cheese. What the fuck is this? And my mom's like, that's calamari. And I already had like 5 of them.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's calamari. I'm like, what the hell is that? And she's like, squid. I'm like, and I'm just like, in my head I should have thought, I'm like, a cheese stick is not circular, it's fucking long.
Yeah.
Who makes cheese like that? It was just, like, it didn't even have the consistency of cheese, but I'm just like, this is good cheese.
Yeah, right, you faked it till you made it.
Yeah.
And you made it to the answer you didn't want.
But calamari, 100% hands down.
Honestly, I really enjoy calamari.
You're fucked.
But I knew what it was before I ever tried it, so I didn't get blindsided like you did.
That makes one of it.
But there was one time back at my old house, I was young. I had to have been 5, 6, 7. I was young. And I poured a bowl of cereal for myself. And it was like Frosted Flakes or something like that, something basic. And I chopped up a tiny little meat, like chopped up some little pieces of banana and put them in the milk. And I walk away from the bowl, and I forgot about it for 4 hours. And
how?
I don't know, dude. I probably had like ADD or ADHD. I made food for myself.
Even as a kid, if you make food and you're hungry, you're gonna eat it, not just like, oh, I'm very hungry.
Well, you would think.
Wait a minute.
You would think. I was out of the kitchen for 4 hours, and my mom, it was either my mom or my dad. One of my parents called me into the kitchen. They're like, hey, Aiden, you made food. You didn't eat it. Come in here and eat this. And I was like, so I stroll back to the kitchen. I'm like, oh, what did I do? And I look at the bowl. I'm like, oh, yeah, my cereal. And it's just cold porridge at this point. Yeah. It's cold, inedible. The
Soggy.
Bananas have gotten mushy, and it's turned into a slop. And I put one bite of it in my mouth, and I throw up in my mouth, and I run to the bathroom. It's a whole scene. And I'm just like, I can't eat the bowl. It's so gross. And they're just like, well, why'd you make it for yourself? That it was a real life lesson part for me. And it was just like, well, why'd you make it? And I, little kid's me is crying. I don't know. But yeah, it was just like, I just made the cereal and forgot about it. And then got a life lesson about like, hey, don't let food go to waste.
Yeah.
And that was really rough for me.
Because
it was fucking gross.
It tastes bad, too. It just doesn't look appealing to the eye.
It was room temperature milk that soggied Frosted Flakes and deteriorated bananas. It was one of the foulest, most cloyingly sweet, disgusting gloops that's ever touched my tongue.
There's certain foods that if you leave out a long time, like milk, will turn into that.
Yeah.
Like
it was foul, bro.
An old jug that we used to have in our break room at Town and Country.
Oh,
do you remember that?
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
that was
like
cottage cheese, bro.
Hey,
that was almost mozzarella.
Just like the shit I drank in Indy this past weekend.
Based. Totally real. Totally real. Next question. Wow. Almost held that one in.
I just bass boosted that one for you.
Don't worry. I'll do it again.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be real. User Jack... oh, hey, Aiden. Put the socials right here.
Aiden in editing.
Aiden in editing. Put the socials right here. Hey, if you want to follow the socials, the Instagram and Threads is AK219_GBD. The Facebook is AK219-GBD. The Twitter, website formerly known as Twitter, I suppose, is @GuysBeingDude19. YouTube is AK219GBD, and the Mastodon is AK219. Thanks, appreciate you. So this comes from user Jack Lawood. How did you conclude that your sexual orientation is what it is?
How I would conclude?
How did you?
How did I conclude that I like vagina?
Well, sure, whatever your sexual orientation is, how'd you find out? How'd you get to that point?
Well, I didn't find out until I was 20.
Yeah.
But like, okay, well...
But like, you have, like, sexual attraction.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But, you know, at some point in life, you discover more things, you learn more things about you. It's essentially a question of, like, where are you? How'd you get where you were?
When I discovered porn, it was it.
Yeah, that was it for you?
That was the beginning of something beautiful.
Yeah. He found Google Images and discovered what he wanted.
Yeah, when I was 7, I typed in boobs on the computer,
Google
and I'm like,
Images.
whoa! I like boobs, which so does everybody.
It seems pretty universal.
And I don't knock the women for it, because if I had boobs, I'd play with them all day.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, good lord. But
I couldn't work. I'd be too busy with myself.
I'd be too distracted. Like,
yeah.
For an example, like, there's a dog here for you to groom. I'm like, give me 1 second.
Gotta push these around for a little bit.
Yeah, like I need to just like what? Oh, that feels like that. Okay.
Yeah. Just learning like, oh, that's what that feels like. Interesting.
Yeah. But no, it had like obviously when I was younger and I first discovered pornography, I'm just like, this is pretty righteous.
Right.
And then,
hey, this rocks, dude.
You know, I mean, I've admitted plenty of things here, so
sure.
I might as well admit one more thing. Yeah, I didn't lose my virginity till I was 20 to my first girlfriend who tragically passed away.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, I was her first too in terms of virginity being taken, so it was a learning experience for both of us. And then I don't know, I'm more so attracted to, obviously, sex is great.
Yeah,
it's
wonderful.
But
certainly,
if you're a good person, you got a good personality. Those are the two I'm looking for.
It makes it all the more better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you got like you're a little on the thicker side, thighs, I do love me some good thighs.
Yeah, if my head can be squashed and I can be killed from it, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. Count me in.
Which my ex, for the first time ever, it was actually the second go around, she finally decided to do just that.
Yeah.
I didn't die, which was a shame.
Oh,
but
you got the good squeeze.
It was oh, dude.
Yeah.
It was great.
That's
at
wonderful.
At a hotel,
news.
nonetheless.
Yeah.
That's what they're there for.
That's what they're there for. And all the hotel employees know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But no, it's, you know, I would never, I don't think I would ever swing the other way, but $20 is $20.
Yeah, it speaks a lot, you know. It doesn't even need to be a Benjamin. Just a good old Tommy Jefferson.
Just a good old George.
Yeah. $1. $1? Man.
Just a good old Lincoln.
Deflation hits hard.
Maybe even a Lincoln.
5 cents?
A penny? 5 cents is not Lincoln.
5 cents would be Lincoln.
I'll take 5 Lincolns. 5 pennies.
Penny? No, you're right, though.
Pennies.
I was thinking the $5
bill?
Dollar bill. And then my mind went to cents.
No,
I'm like,
I went even less.
I can make this about pennies. I was like, oh no. But yeah, I would say kind of the same for me. Like, the internet definitely assisted in formulating what I find sexually attractive. But like 98% of what I find attractive is just women. But then like I look at like Markiplier and I'm like, hey, wait a minute. That's kind of fucking awesome. I don't know.
No, I feel the same way every time I look at you.
Ryan wait, what?
No,
what you meant to say was Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, yeah, like, I don't know, just
or
like
if I could find me a man,
ass is just wonderful.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
100%.
If you could find you a man, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say
if
I could find a man that is not only a doctor, a military veteran,
and a multi-millionaire,
and just has so many other
professions, going to die very soon,
and is bald,
is totally willing to put me in the will, then yeah, for certain.
Johnny Sins.
Yo, dap me up.
That's
bro.
where
Johnny
I was going
Sins,
with that.
Johnny Sins, my man.
Great stuff.
So, next question.
Oh.
Comes from user Gryphinator.
Gryphinator.
Sure. People who've lost a lot of weight, how did you do it?
Working on it.
Still working on it. I was thinking back to when we worked at the grocery store, is because the job I had before the grocery store is I worked at a bakery. Mm-hmm. So I was like 215 pounds of just donut fat. And then A, I was in a god-awful relationship. B, we were stocking shelves for 8 to 9 hours. C, on top of that, I was working 3 jobs and not eating. And then D, I also rediscovered nicotine. So I am not I'm not recommending that as a weight loss regimen.
No, like that's not the diet we wanted to go on.
I did go from like 215 to 155 in about 3 months.
Yeah, with me,
and
like
it
I
was
didn't.
Awful. Like,
I didn't work at a bakery.
I actually felt like I was gonna die.
Oh, me too. Especially with the what I ran on. I used to work at White Castle before I worked at Town and Country, and we got to eat for free. So, 1 + 1 = 2. I would always, eat. So I got up to about 190.
Yeah.
And then I worked at Town and Country, and I got down to like 120. But like a sickly, I was very skinny.
Both you and I were too skinny.
Because that's when I discovered...
Too fast, too furious.
No, I discovered nicotine before I worked at Town and Country. Or did I? I don't know. I can't remember that long ago.
It was around that time. I feel like that was around the time... No, maybe it was a bit later when you were actually on cigarettes. And I kept giving you shit for it of like, hey, don't do that.
Yeah.
And then eventually you stopped doing that.
Yeah. You know what? You might be right. But no, I was running on that, self-hatred, the amount of no sleep I would get because of midnights and the schedule is fucked, and everyone of your other friends are like, hey, let's do stuff during the day. I'm like, can't sleeping.
Right. Because we would arrive just after sunset, and we would get out of work when the sun was rising.
No, it was usually like 11 to 7 or 10 to 6.
No, it was 10, But during the
start time was always the same, but the end time was different.
We stuck around. I think I left first, and then you left shortly after. But we stuck around until summertime, and we would arrive the sun setting, and we would leave and the sun was rising.
Yes.
I remember those times. So yeah, don't do what we did.
No.
But it does work. Alternatively, I've heard cocaine.
Some blow.
So yeah. Functional. Next question comes from... Whoa, still going? All good? Some dude man, 35.
Oh.
If someone gave you $1,000 and said you must use this to buy a gift for yourself, what would you buy?
New goalie equipment.
Yeah. Could you get that all for $1,000?
No.
Oh, just most of it?
I just get some select items that I'm in dire need of.
Sure. That would do it.
Like especially my leg pads.
Yeah.
I'll be lucky to find one that's under $1,000.
Damn, no kidding. Wow.
They're expensive.
Shit, get them tailored at that point.
Honestly, I just got newer glove and blockers, so it's my
Are those
pads.
the ones you stole?
No, I didn't steal them.
Well,
Come on now. She offered. I reached out, and she said nothing.
And by reached out, you put them in your bag without her knowing, and she hasn't said anything
No. We talked in person. She said, take whatever you want. And I even texted her. I'm just like, did you want reimbursement for this? She hasn't said anything.
Huh. Well,
so I did all that I could.
Definitely.
But yeah, no. So those two are newer, but my leg pads, they're juniors, so they're size 29s, and I should be in 31s. But I got this set of pads for free, so I'm not complaining. I just like them to be a bit bigger.
That's fair.
Because they kind of need to be.
Yeah. See, $1,000, and the gift has to be for me. $1,000. Maybe
I'd say either goalie equipment or $1,000 worth of fucking alcohol.
Alcohol, yeah. I was going to say for you maybe PlayStation cards so you could buy unlimited games.
I don't do that anymore. Those days are behind me.
Well, I'm not saying little loot boxes for Call of Duty like you used to.
Yeah, those days were...
I'm talking...
Those days were bad.
I'm talking so you can get more games. You can get more releases that you want.
I need more storage first.
Well, yeah, that too. But I'm thinking $1,000 and it has to be for me. Maybe a curved monitor for my gaming computer because I just have a basic, fairly cheap one.
See, I look about that in a new light now.
Yeah.
Curvature is everything.
It is, isn't it? It's fun. Next question. I think the curved gaming monitor would, if it was big enough, cost all $1,000.
Oh.
From user Basil Tripod 9684.
Wow.
What's the worst financial decision you've seen someone make? Well,
boy.
I know this one person who buys...
I know.
Yeah.
I know my answer.
Yeah, I know mine too. I know this one guy who buys little disposable vapes all the time instead of investing in a mod that would save him probably close to $400 or $500 a year, and just doesn't do it. And his name is Kevan Boland, and he's on the show. Hey, Kevan
He's also
Boland.
a bitch.
That's me. I'm also that too. My answer to this one would be the fact that my brother bought his fiance a wedding ring or engagement ring.
You know what?
That's the dumbest motherfucking financial decisions
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
Yeah. I have been there, and I have done that, and it is the dumbest thing you can do.
And speaking of Dylan, I should have mentioned this in my vibe, but I'll mention it now because I answered this question with this answer.
Sure.
My mother informed me that Dylan blocked my mother this past
No
weekend.
kidding. Wow. What an asshole.
Yep.
What an asshole.
So to my knowledge, his only communication with our family is my mom's parents and my dad's parents. That's it.
That's so crazy to me. That's so crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
That's gonna be a
whatever.
That's gonna be a weird ass Thanksgiving.
No,
Not really, because he's
never
gone.
around.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless something bad happens, which I'm not hoping for, but I kind of am.
But watch him pull the fucking prodigal son bullshit and be like, oh, everything bad has happened. I'm out of the service, and my wife left me, and she took the kids, and then it's gonna be like that. I have a weird itching feeling it's gonna be like that.
I feel so too, but because we're family, we'll take him back, in air quotes.
Right.
Which
But
I
then
will,
again,
but I'll be hesitant about it because he'll just be like,
Yeah.
well, I still want an apology. I'm like, for what?
right?
You're
yeah,
fucking back.
Yeah.
Shut up.
What an asshole. Anyway, that was the last burning question. We will be right back. Believe it or not, we had some food arrive, so we'll be right back after eating, but for the lovely listener, it's going to be just a 1 second. Bye.
Bye now. Peace out.
Peace out. Bye now. We've returned. We've consumed food, and we're ready for Kevin's quiz. You are the quiz master this week.
I am. It is my responsibility to give you a quiz this
Yes.
week.
Do
And
tell.
luckily for you, I do have one.
I was really nervous when you came into my house and you were like, hey, I'm going to kill you and your family. Luckily, we
Oh.
got past that point, but I was also nervous when you said, hoo, I don't have a quiz. I'm Kevin. I don't have a quiz. And then you were like, hoo, kidding. And then I was just like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a quiz. And I was real excited with myself, the fact that I thought of this late last night.
You
which is
excited
when
yourself?
I made it. I got excited.
Yeah?
There.
How'd that go?
Is that better? Rather than I excited myself, I got excited?
I don't know.
Fucking grammar Nazi.
Who says that, though? Oh, I excited myself.
I don't know. I just did right now. Get over it.
Which is why I'm calling
So,
you out.
I
Sorry,
made
go
up this
ahead.
quiz, and I have 15 questions here for you. And the title of this quiz is called Guess the Show.
Okay.
And these are all animated shows.
Oh,
Cartoon Network,
word.
all those other things. I'm going to give you 3 characters from the show.
Right.
And you have to tell me the show.
Okay. Interesting. If I need to, can I ask for like a hint of like what network it was on or something?
I'm pretty sure all of these were on... Let's see, let me just look through them. All of these are on Cartoon Network.
Oh, okay.
Every single one.
Word.
So,
Good to know.
15, I'm going to say you get 12. I think you'll
That's
do pretty
a lot.
good.
Okay, I hope so.
All right, first one. Kevin, Naz, and Rolf.
Oh, what?
Rolf.
Kevin, Naz, and Rolf?
Rolf.
Aiden, I swear to God, if you don't get this.
Kevin, Naz, and Rolf on Cartoon Network?
I would say what Rolf usually says, but that would kind of give it away.
I'm confused with those names.
Well, I wasn't going to pick easy ones. Rather, like, the last one should be the easiest.
Okay.
Let me know when you give up. I'll answer.
Go. I'll call a friend. Phone a friend.
Okay, phone a friend.
Phone a friend.
Ed, Nettie.
You are correct.
Ah. You really.
Hello, Ed boy.
You really just couldn't give me like
Ed.
Eddie.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be cool
Come
at
on.
all.
That would have been pretty cool for me.
All right, I gave you the point because you used your phone a friend.
Okay.
Immediately.
Very good.
Next one. Pardon me.
Okay.
Count Spankulot, Sticky
What?
Beard, Nigel Uno.
What?
This one I can't give you.
12 was a lot. Sticky Beard.
Uh-huh.
What
Count
is this, some-
Spankulot and Nigel Uno.
Is this some weird fuck shit like Uncle Grandpa or something like
No,
that?
Uncle Grandpa's actually not on here.
I have absolutely nothing.
Nothing?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Was
Code-
it like Ben 10 or some shit?
Codename Kids Next Door.
Oh,
Haven't seen
God
it.
damn it.
Haven't seen it.
I
Not a
could
show.
like Nigel Uno's his name. I could have said number 1, but that might have been.
Yeah.
That also didn't help.
Oh, that didn't help either.
No,
My
I was
God.
more of a
Oh, as soon
Nickelodeon
as
kid.
you would have said that to me, I would have gotten it.
All right, next one. I can't read.
Carts?
Cats.
Uh-huh.
Nowhere Newsman. Eustace. This last name's a dead giveaway.
I feel like I've heard it before.
Who else do you know is named fucking Eustace?
I don't know, Ustissies S. Grant, the former president?
Ulysses?
Okay, let me know when you give up.
If she gets them right, I'll give you a point.
Okay.
But don't rely on that all the time. I should preface that.
Eustace, what was his name? Ustissies?
Just Eustace.
Eustace.
Nowhere Newsman and Cats.
Cat dog?
No.
Phone a
No.
friend. Phone a friend. What I meant to say was phone a friend.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Thank you.
Oh, never saw it.
Never saw it.
No, never
oh,
saw
you
it.
bitch.
All right, next one.
I grew
I need to figure out
I
where
grew
I
up
can watch
watching-
it because I
yeah.
want to rewatch the entire thing. I loved that.
I grew up watching iCarly and everything on Nickelodeon.
Well, I'm doing the opposite programming here.
Oh, word? Okay. On God.
Next one. Grandpa Max.
Uncle Grandpa.
Forearms. Gwen Tennyson.
Ben 10.
Thank
Ben
you.
10.
Thank you.
Ben
Yep.
Tennyson. Dr. Tennis.
Just Ben 10 was fine. You're good.
Will, go ahead.
Next one.
Wilbur.
This one might be a little tricky. She might get it, though. Duncan, DJ,
Donuts.
and Owen.
Duncan, DJ, and Owen. Uncle Grandpa.
I know what it is. I can't remember the name though. God damn it.
Duncan, DJ, Owen.
Uh-huh.
DJ.
I got it.
Is it Music Man? Phone a friend. What I meant to say was phone a friend.
Total Drama Island.
You'd be correct.
Haven't seen it.
You haven't seen any of these. All right, next one. General Scar, Jeff the Spider, Grimm.
What? What are these shows, dude? People watched these?
We watched them as children, yes.
Homie, I answered every single one so far for you.
He got Ben 10.
What
though.
I meant to say was oopsie. So what was this?
You did
Was
better
this-
on the Beer Man one 2 weeks ago.
I know, and that one was actually incredibly tough. Uncle Grandpa.
I just said that show is not
God.
on here at all.
General
General Scar. Jeff,
Scar.
Jeff the Spider.
Toy Story. Wait, no, that was
That's
Pixar.
a movie.
That's
a
Pixar.
movie anyway. And Grimm.
Grim Reaper. Death. The show. Phone a friend. Phone a friend is what I meant to say.
You're abusing the power I gave you. Go ahead.
I'm disappointed. Billy and Mandy.
I have never even
The
heard
Grim
of it.
Adventures of Billy and
Mandy. God.
I haven't.
It's the guy
heard-
with the huge head and the nose that's like so goddamn big and he's so stupid. Like there was one scene he was trying to sneak into a house, he lifted up the window and then can still jump through the open window or through the
Not to
glass.
mention the spider.
Yeah, the spider. The spider's awesome.
I haven't even
You're my
heard the title of
dad.
that show. Woogie Woogie Woogie.
All right,
ahead.
this one you should get. Susie, Banana Joe, Anais Watterson.
Ah, quite. The Adventures of Gumbus. Gumball.
Thank you.
I call him Gumbus because he's my homie.
All right, another easy one for you.
You could have just said Darwin. You could have given me one name. You could have said Darwin. I would have gotten
Why
it.
would I do that, though?
That
That's
little
easy.
orange fuck
That's
is
too
the
easy.
best, bro.
Tree Trunks, Evil Guy, Lumpy Space Princess.
Oh, fucking LSP. Let's fucking go. Adventure Time. Greatest show of all time.
Tree trunks. I'm like, yes.
Oh, yeah. Tree Trunks. She's the apple pie lady.
Yes, and
she
I
makes
love
the apple
her.
pie. She seems like a
Sweet little old
she seems
gal.
like a fun little aunt that you have. Makes the apple
With
pie.
her weird flirts. I love it.
Yeah, it was a little strange, but Finn handled it well.
Next one. Dr. Barber, Bubby,
Uncle Grandpa.
Captain Knuckles.
Captain Knuckles? Sonic 06, the video game. The show.
Dude, this show was awesome.
Say it again.
Dr. Barber, Bubby, and Captain Knuckles.
Powerpuff Girls.
No.
Dog.
Powerpuff Women.
No.
Uncle Grandpa.
No. Are you
I'll phone a
phoning,
friend.
are you phoning
I'll phone
another
a friend.
friend? You
I'll
got a
phone
lot
a
of
friend.
friends. You got a lot of
I
friends.
have a lot of
At
friend.
this point, just give me all the points. The Misadventures of Flapjack.
Thank you.
Never even heard of it.
What?
Never heard of it.
Dude.
Wow.
I watched Nickelodeon.
This one might be the toughest one on here. Because I honestly didn't watch this one much, but it was a Cartoon Network one.
Oh, word.
Coach Gills, Bull Sharkowski, and Principal Pixie Frog.
Uncle...
No, Uncle Grandpa. It's not Nickel!
It's not Nickel! It's not Uncle Grandpa. You said Bullfrog and Pixie Sticks? Who did you say?
Nick Stick. No. Coach Gills, Bill Sharkowski, and Principal Pixie Frog.
Principal Pixie Frog. Wow. Crazy names. I don't know.
What it is, but I can't guarantee it.
We'll shout it out. He ain't saying shit.
I don't know.
My guess is my gym partner's a monkey.
And you'd be correct.
Hell yeah! I knew it!
Never even heard of
I
it.
used to watch that shit.
Never heard
I
of it.
never had friends.
Same.
That's all I watched.
I apparently never had Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network for life.
He was one of those Nickelodeon kids.
That's why I'm some goofy homeboy.
It's like, yeah, the burning question. You're weird. You watch Nickelodeon.
Well, weird is fun.
Next one. Mr. Hairy Man, Coco, and Frankie.
Oh, I've heard that one. Oh, no. Hairy Man. Coco. Uncle Grandpa. Nope.
Okay, I'll give
Uncle
you
Man.
one more character. Blue.
Bluey? Blue's Clues. Wait, no. Caillou.
Caillou was fucking
Oh, that's PBS Kids.
PBS.
You said Bluey?
Just Blue.
Oh. Okay,
Just Blue. Coco.
Blue Coco.
Frankie.
Frankie.
Mr. Hairy Man.
Oh no. I feel like, wait a minute. Is this a show I've seen?
Should be.
I'd hope.
Could you give me any other characters?
What was the kid's name? Mac?
Yes.
Mac. I don't know his name, but there was a very large character in it that was tall, skinny, and red, and had one arm.
Clifford. No. Big Red Dog. One arm. Oh. Yeah, friend.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Yes.
Haven't heard of it.
Jesus Christ.
This one did.
I'm sorry.
Honestly, the last four, you should get these.
Okay. God, I hope.
Eileen, Starla, Benson.
Ben 10. Ben 10 2.
You
Ben
already
12.
guessed Ben 10.
Benson.
Ben.
Ben 20. Oh, Benson. You give me all these secondary characters.
Benson is not a secondary character.
Well, yeah, it's the
It's
only
just one of the
one.
main
It's
characters.
it's regular show.
Good God, thank you.
You gave me the
Oh.
other two were like people that have been in like an episode.
Well, Eileen, I can't remember.
More than one episode.
Starla was Muscle Man's wife,
They
girlfriend.
were love interests,
Yeah.
my guy.
Yeah. Next
I
one.
only watched for Rigby. He got his ass beat.
Well, I wouldn't put him in there. That'd be an easy giveaway. Let's see. Okay, Mordecai, Rigby, Margaret.
You should have said Pops.
No, that's a dead giveaway too. Skips, Pops,
Yeah,
and
Skips, Pops, and
High
Muscle
Five
Man.
Ghost.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Gazpacho, Truffles, Mung Dal.
Mungdal?
Mung Dal. Schnitzel.
Is that his last name?
No, Schnitzel's another character.
Oh, Cat Dog. Ren and Stimpy. Uncle. Nope.
Get Uncle Grandpa out of your goddamn
Uncle
head.
Grandpa. All these characters I don't know sound like they would make an appearance in an Uncle Grandpa type show. What was the one? It was Sauce?
Gazpacho,
Gazpacho.
Truffles,
Truffles.
Mung Dal.
Mungdal.
Aiden, I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
I'm having an aneurysm trying to rack my brain for shows I haven't even heard of.
All right, Jordan, what is it?
Chowder.
Thank
I
you.
haven't seen it.
You.
Last two.
That's the little purple man, right?
Yeah.
He's purple and he's hairy and he's like, oh, I'm
Well,
made of chowder.
He's not hairy, but like he's.
I'm gonna find all of these shits somehow on DVD or something. I'm forcing you to watch all of them with.
Okay, that's
They're
fine.
all great shows.
At least I would hear some of these names for the first time. Second time.
Last two. Mr. White, Mr. Black, Dookie.
Is this Clue, the board game?
No.
Where's Mr. Green with the candlestick in the library?
Okay, I'll give you 100. There's two shows where his name is the first part of the show. Johnny
Hammersticks.
No.
Johnny Test.
Oh,
Thank you.
I was gonna get there.
Uh-huh.
He's the
Yeah.
one that's like sitting in the cab in the meme, and he's like, cool, but like not this cool.
No, that's Johnny Bravo.
Oh, that's Johnny Bravo. Whoops. That's Johnny Bravo.
Final
is what
one.
I meant to say.
Final one here. You could get 14 out of 15. Well, rather, Jordan could get 14 out of 15
Yeah.
here. Val Hallen, Mandark DD.
DD? King DDD from the Super Smash Brothers franchise. DD. Oh, right. Dexter's Laboratory.
Thank
Wow.
God.
Impressive.
For some reason, my mind went to that one news clip blooper where it's the woman trying to read the name of like a fallen...
DD Mega Doo-Doo.
DD
I'm sorry.
Mega Doo-Doo.
Also, the funny thing about the Mr. White, Mr. Black, and Johnny Test, Mr. White is black, and Mr. Black is white.
Yeah. Checks out. My
But yeah,
brain,
that was,
I was going to say, believe it or I'm totally serious. I was going to say Johnny Test, but I had the image of Johnny Bravo in my head. So I was half right. I would have been half right. I said the right thing, and I would have thought the wrong thing.
And now I know you weren't a Cartoon Network kid.
No, watch me next week give you like a Nickelodeon quiz.
Yeah, and
you're not
going to
know shit.
Yeah.
I'll have that one done too.
Yeah,
bitch.
she'll have that one done too.
Man, I'm grateful someone in this room knew.
Right. That would have been
But-
dismal if we didn't have a third party here.
My God.
Yeah, I didn't know how little I knew. Like Regular Show and Gumball
And Adventure Time.
and Adventure Time were like the 3 shows I watched. Everything else was Nickelodeon or iCarly, which I think was also Nickelodeon.
A fair 3 shows, I will admit, but
Those were my favorites,
man,
honestly.
all of those were good.
Yeah, I've like some of those I've heard the name and I've heard good things. I'm gonna say honestly, half of those I haven't even heard the name of.
Gotta start watching some.
I do. I have to go back and I have to
snippets
start
on YouTube.
add that to
Just
the list
get a
of like
taste.
the first 10,000 things on my list of things to binge
Yep.
that I just haven't even started yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I thought that was a good quiz.
that was a good quiz.
It could have been.
Great quiz. I just genuinely didn't know. I just didn't know. Without the assist, I would have gotten like, what, 4 or 5?
3.
Yeah.
You're lucky you have a girlfriend that has culture.
Listen, it's not about winning.
It's actually autism and special interests.
That's why I called it culture.
Irregardless, we'll return in a moment's time with some stories, and I definitely won't be at the butt of the joke of those, like I was with this quiz.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Not a shot. Okay,
No
bye.
doubt in my mind.
Well, we've returned once again for the final segment. Tell me a story. What exactly happens?
Well, we tell stories.
Long pause. That'll be fun to edit out, but thanks.
You're welcome.
I thought you would make it a little more succinct.
No, we tell stories.
No.
Aiden and
Yeah.
me tell stories. We give each other prompts, and we have to. This is our take at improv comedy.
Word.
Everything is off the top, as it goes. It's quick, succinct, unlike my long pause.
For certainly.
And sometimes these stories can be funny, /demented, /funny.
We
hope.
Yeah.
So, Aiden, do you have
Yes.
something for me to talk about?
I got a question for you. Would you mind telling me a story about how your toupee fell off at the airport?
My toupee.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. As we all know, most males end up losing certain things when they get older. Hair is one of them. Now, I'm 23, but that's besides the point. When I was older,
Yeah.
I was going to the airport to get on a flight to go to Indianapolis, which was only like a 30-minute flight. I just didn't want to drive.
Smart move, honestly.
I was going to Indianapolis to talk to my other my contractors because I own a business, but that business I cannot disclose at this point because I'm working on it.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, this was it was the fanciest airport I've ever been in. There were no roofs anywhere.
Oh.
So,
bold.
you get to the airport and your flight is at the other end of it, and you're
Long walk.
speed walking, you're
Yeah.
walking, maybe you're running late, so you gotta run. And it gets hot in there, and at this point, everyone's just, fuck air conditioning, let's just take
the
roofs
roof
off places.
Raise the roof, yeah.
Okay, yeah, well, literally raise it and throw it out.
Throw it away. Who needs it?
So I'm running to my flight because I'm 10 minutes late, and they're like, they better not depart without me. I have a badge that says do not depart. So they wouldn't have anyway.
Do not depart badge?
Yeah. So I ran to my terminal, but as I'm running, I can see it. It's within distance. I can
Almost
reach out
touch
and grab
it. Yeah.
it. And a huge gust of wind comes through, blows everyone back.
Yeah.
We start
Bold.
tumbling and fumbling
Yeah.
and tumbling. And I get back up, and I look around, and everyone's suitcases have been opened, closed, anything else just scattered everywhere.
Wow.
Some people are hanging up from the top of where the roof was, just because the wind just took them.
The rafters, yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what's going on? The airport police come in and just like, this happens all the time. Everyone just grab what you think is yours and get on out of here. And then a riot ensued because everyone's like, no, that's totally mine. That's mine. And everyone had a gat on them.
These 13 wallets are all mine.
Yep. Mm-hmm. These 5,000 grand or
5,000 grand.
5,000 grants.
As 5 million.
Anyways, $5,000 was just laying on the ground, and I'm just like, yeah, that's totally mine. So I tried being a shiesty as well, and the guy who came up to me was like, no, that's mine. Like, is your name printed on all these dollar bills? He's like, yes, actually. And I looked at it, and it said George Washington. I'm just like, oh, is your name George? He's like, yes, and my last name is Washington. I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm meeting a celebrity. This is amazing. He's just like, it is. I've lived this long because of reasons that the government shan't let me say.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, fair is fair. I'm like, but why do you... And I start touching my head because something feels a little off. I'm just like, where the fuck is my hair? And I look at him, and he's wearing a wig, but also a brown wig on top of the white one. I'm like,
wow,
sir? He's like, yes. Like, I think you have my hair on your head. He's like, quaint.
Quite.
And I'm like, so did you want the hair or the $5,000? He's like, yes. I'm like, no, what does that mean? Like, honestly, I can make this in an hour. Can I have my hair back, please? He's like, well, if you can make it in an hour, you can buy another toupee. I'm like,
quite.
I don't like your tone.
You told this to George Washington.
I told this to George Washington, and then he pulled out a musket.
Oh my God, in the airport.
And so I pulled out my fucking AR-15.
Yeah.
And we both look at each other before we open fire.
Yep.
Me knowing if he misses, it's going to take him 3 years to reload.
Yeah,
and me,
right.
I got 30 rounds in a mag. I'm not missing. If
Right.
I do, I shouldn't have this. And I'm thinking, listen, George is like, Like, I don't think... This is not how gentlemen settle disputes. He's like, quaint. I'm like, you know how we do that? How so? So I drop my gun. He's like, huh, silly. And he opens fire.
Yeah.
Now, this thing's like a blunderbuss, you know?
Right.
It shoots and then it just shit goes everywhere.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he killed 6 other people.
Oh my God,
while missing
George.
me point blank.
Yeah.
So I smacked the musket out of his hand. I'm like, this is not how we settle this. He's like, well, there's 6 people dead. What do we do? I'm like, I'm going to kill you. He's like, quaint.
Quaint.
And so I had MMA gloves on.
Yeah. You
I
bring
take
him to
them
the
off.
airport. Oh, wow.
He did not have gloves on. He took his off.
Okay.
So we start just hammering at each other, just beating the ever-living shit out of one another.
Lefts, yeah.
And I finally, I put him in an arm bar, and I was able to kick both wigs off of his head. And he's like, oh no! To where I see there's a head behind his head, or like there's eyes on the top of his head where the wig was. And he's like, well, this is how I've stayed alive this long.
Oh,
I'm like,
no.
what, a second set of eyes? He's like, yes, I can see. I'm like,
Okay.
and you can see, and that makes you live ever since the 1700s? He's like, quaint. I'm like, okay, George, I got my wig back. Take your money. Actually, you know what? No, fuck you. I'm keeping your money. Have your wig back. Let me get mine back. He's like, okay. But for whatever reason, I didn't check my head after I put the wig on. I boarded my flight. There were dozens of arrests at that Donnybrook.
Naturally.
George was one of them, but he used his $5,000 to bail himself out.
Oh, I thought you had that.
He carried 10. I took 5.
Okay. Good little
Quick
background
maths.
story, yeah.
So I board my flight, and as we take off, we're 20 feet
Midair.
above the ground.
Big 20.
Big 20 feet above the ground. It's all about low flying now.
Yeah, especially when there's no roof.
And I go to the bathroom, and I look at myself in the mirror, and I audibly gasp.
Oh,
I'm
no.
wearing George's wig.
Oh, and he's wearing yours?
And I got a text of George giving me the peace sign with my fucking wig on his head.
Unbelievable, bro.
So I yelled to the stewardess and I yelled to the pilots. I'm just like, we need to go back. Like, we can't, sir. We're 20 feet in the air. Like, I'm like, no, but you don't understand. You see what's on my head? He's like, a wig. I'm like, but it's not mine. This
Right.
one has lice and eyes have been in it.
Oh, God. Oh, that's right.
I need my wig. He's like, okay, I guess we can pull an emergency landing. I'm like, damn right you can. We crashed.
Oh, no. Oh, when
I
did
barely managed to escape with a scrape on my arm. Everyone else died.
Wow.
But I found out
Big
where George was
survivor
going.
energy.
He was going to the to his monument to
In
just
DC.
to just
Bask.
be there, to just bask in his huge, tall, white tower.
Yeah.
And the lake that's there, he's at one end, I'm at the other end, and I can see him.
Oh,
And he can see me. To where I sprint across the lake towards him. I'm running on water.
Running on water. Bold move.
And I get over there, and I just politely do a little switcheroo,
Oh,
and then we hug.
no kidding. He was that cool about it.
And that story was called what did I say earlier?
$5,000.
No, well, no, it was...
Five knuckle shuffle?
No, it was like... Shit. And he had $5,000... I'm just going to call it $5,000. I knew what I said earlier. You can look through that when you're editing, but...
Yeah, right.
It's like,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was carrying 5 things of grand or something like that.
Yeah.
That story was called $5,000.
He had like $5,000 or something like
Yeah,
that.
5,000 grand,
5,000
grand.
Yeah. Checks out for sure.
Well, what do you think? Was
That's
that one good?
That's
Aye?
good, yeah.
All right.
Big hugs from George Washington at the end really sealed the deal.
Really did.
Closed out the story
He's got my vote.
on a high point. Does he really? He's running again?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Aiden,
Yes.
tell me a story
Okay.
about your romantical evening
Right.
with Eustace.
Romantical evening with Eustace.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this story is called Ustissies S. Grant.
And that has been Guys Being Dudes. We hope you listen in next week. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Okay, I was like, okay, you want to close out the show on a meme? That's funny.
This
Regardless,
whole show is a meme.
well, in a way, yeah. The year is 18, and I'm running around in my little skibbies and my boots because I am but a child. And I run into this man, full-grown man, and he looks down on me. He's holding a sheriff badge. He looks like he's made out of cum and clay. And I was like, whoa. Well, I guess I was a kid, so I was like, whoa, you're pretty fucking foul, kiddo. And he looks down at me and he's like, don't run into the sheriff again. I'll take you to the clanker, you little brat. And I was like, oh shit, can't catch me, you fat fuck. So I run around him. I'm doing laps around this guy. He can't catch me. It's like he's in one of those spinny office chairs and he's trying to catch like a little cat that's running around him. I'm just that quick. And I run into this convenience store. Yeah, CVS has been around since
18 years.
Since the year 18.
Oh.
And I'm talking to the teller behind the counter, and they're like, hey, you're a bit young to be in a CVS, don't you think? You know, we carry like hard drugs and, you know, everything.
Alcohol.
Yeah, you know.
In the year 18.
The main cough syrup ingredients are like methadone and, you know, weed and heroin. And I was like, oh, you think I could get some of that? And they were like, no, you're going to need to be at least 7 years of age. And I was like, fuck, I'm only 47 is what I meant to say. And they're like, oh, so you are old enough. You could have just said something.
You're just a small person.
I get my cough syrup and I walk next door to the White House. And who do I see there besides a man named Eustace? And I was like, whoa, you're like the president's handmaiden or something like that? He's like, I'm the butler. What can I do for ye? And I was like, yo, champ, why do you sound like that? And he's like,
did your balls drop since the last time you talked?
well, yeah, since I had my cough syrup, I was a little
And you're
more
47?
mellowed out. Well, I
Yeah.
said I was. I was only 4.7.
Uh-huh.
But the methadone lowers the voice. So I was like, yo, and he's like, I don't know how I got here. I don't know who you are, but you look like you know the place. Do you want house front door keys? And I was like, yeah, all right. That sounds cool to me, bro. And I was like, anyway, do you know who lives here? Like, since I'm, apparently moving in. And he was like, I think the president lives here. And it's him and his son. You still sees and scrammed.
You still sees?
And I was like, yo, that's pretty cool. Like, you got a snap, bro? And he was like, what the fuck are you on about, kid? And he passes away from having a stroke. I put too much information to his brain.
Eustace, you killed him.
I killed the butler.
Ugh.
Who comes around the corner? former President Grant Sr., very little known fact, Ustissies S. Grant had a father.
Ustissies.
Ustissies S. Grant. And he served for about 15 days before I entered the White House. And he was just like, "Oh no, dude. My butler has passed away from epicness. Sheesh." And I looked at him and I'm like, "Yo, dude, that's kind of whack as hell. Like, looks like you need a new butler, and I have the front door key, so click. You're not going anywhere, Mr. Man. I lock them in."
Whoa.
Yeah, now who's got the big balls in the house? Not me.
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
4 years old.
You're on the exterior. Anyway.
No, I
You
locked
locked them in.
with me.
Oh,
Yeah,
with you.
They're locked in the house with me, not the other way around.
Oh.
And he's just like, "Oh no, a terrorist." You know, they haven't had many of those before. And I was just like, no, not like that. What I'm saying is, I'm moving in. And what are you going to do about it? Let yourself out? I locked the door.
Sleep with you.
No, that was his son, Ustissies. I had nothing going for Ustissies.
All right.
30 years pass of...
You're now 34.7.
I'm 34.7. Ustissies is 35 and can run for president now. But Ustissies, he's getting old. And he's already passed 2 terms. He's on his, 18th term as president of the United States. And people are getting mad because he hasn't made a public appearance in 30 years because I locked him in. So they're rioting in the streets. They're breaking down the windows. It's havoc.
30 years of riots.
30 years of riots. And I look out the window, and I look at Ustissies, who has yet to say a word in his 35 years of life, and I'm like, "Oh, fucking crazy, right?" He's like, "Yeah, I guess. What should we do?" And I was like, I don't fucking know. Why don't you run for president? I
don't fucking know. Why don't you open the door?
I just fucking live here, bro.
Why don't you open the door and go outside and say, "I'm running for president.
I'm running for presidency." And
I'm running for pregnancy."
Pulls the biggest brain move of any United president I've ever seen in my life. He takes his old man by the scruff.
Oh.
He's like, "Oh, come here, Dad. We need to go check this out." And, Ustissies in his old age is just like, "I've never seen this son in 30 years. And he gets chucked outside into the streets. What do you happen? Happens. So Ustissies gets beat to death by this raging mob.
He's the president!
He was.
And he was still the president.
Well, I mean, the police were out there beating him up, too.
Corrupt,
yeah. And what do you know? An election takes place that afternoon with Ustissies' dead body still on the road. And Ustissies S. Grant becomes president by a very slim margin, losing by 15 votes out of the 17 people living there.
Oh.
The math adds up. He made it. He's got an abacus. He did it himself. Anyway, he won, and I don't know, I think we got married, and then I divorced him so I could get half the house. Half the house,
everything.
exactly. So I kicked him out. He didn't sign a prenup. It was basically a long ploy so I could get money. Started when I was 4 years old.
Started from the bottom, now we here.
Exactly.
Well, how about that romantical evening you had with Eustace?
Oh, that was when we got married. Right.
He passed.
No, that was Ustissies. I was with... Wait. Ustissies Grant Sr.
Oh, my head.
was president. Ustissies Grant Jr. Ustissies S. Grant was president.
My head.
You okay?
Well, yeah, it's all fair with Ustissies and but Eustace.
Oh, he passed away very young. Remember that? I gave him a stroke when I asked him about Snapchat a couple millennia before it was invented.
So that was your date with Eustace, asking him what a snap was.
I mean...
And he croaked.
This is romance in the 21st century. I meant to say 21st year, but...
Yeah, romance in the 21st century. You got a snap? You're weird.
But you know what the best response to that is? Weird is cool. Huh?
Right.
All right. We'll see you all bright and early late next week.
Those were good stories.
Yeah. We
Did enjoy
actually
those.
we didn't do a sequel to the stories of last week, like we were thinking about doing.
I honestly forgot what they even were last week.
I remember I fucked a lake and had little.
Oh, that's right.
I had little puddle babies.
Pond kids.
And what did you do? Oh, that's right. You had the gardening stand, and you were like trying to get hot and heavy with the Home Depot guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was interesting. I don't know. We'll sequel those at some point.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure. Yeah, we'll bring it around town eventually. But we will see you all bright and early late next week for another episode of Chaos with yours truly and yours not so truly.
Hey.
No offense. None taken. You're welcome. So, bye for now.
Yeah, we'll see you next week, or whenever, We'll be around. Just hit us up.